Welcome back to the second part of the chair and balance series. So you could either do both of them together, you have done the first one, or you can do this by itself. And there's a little bit of relaxation at the end. So you might want to grab a chair, or you can be near a wall because if you want to do some deeper balancing, that sort of thing. So let's get into class. All right, so we'll find ourselves first in mountain pose. So shoulders are down and back, lifting our toes, and then let's piano those toes into the floor. Press through our heels, opening the chest, palms facing out, crown of the head lifting towards the sky. So we're rooted, thinking about our leg bones, rooting down, 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 deep into the floor. So sweeping our arms up, let's dive it down and over, standing forward, fold. Relaxing that here, relax your head, relax your neck, breathing deeply. And roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll our shoulders down and back, sweep our arms up again. Dive it down and over. Take this down and over. Good stretch for the backs of the legs. Relax the head and neck and breathe deeply here. And again, sweep our arms up towards the sky. One more standing forward fold. Take this down and over. And now roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll our shoulders down and back. Let's take our legs wide. So we're going to take our legs wide as is comfortable for you. Our toes are pointed slightly in. And we're going to take our arms out. So we've got a nice star here, a 5-pointed star. So we start out with this star, lengthen through that. So just like with our mountain, how we're really strong here, grip those toes, and we're going to go into sunflower. So we're going to take ourselves down, bending at our knees, and like cactus arms, we're going to take cactus arms and hold this here and then lift this up. So taking this down, nice sunflower, cactus arms, and lift this up. And again, take this down and lift this up and down and lift it up. And one more time, take this down, squeeze those shoulder blades and lift this up. Release our arms, go ahead and roll that out, sweep our arms up, and then let's go ahead and dive it down and over right there. And you can grab a block if you want, you don't have to, you can have your hands on floor or block. But relaxing that head and neck in our wide legs, standing forward, fold. Breathing it deeply here. Let's inhale into monkey. We're going to flatten our back, taking our hands to either the tops of our shins or to the thighs. So now we've got a flat back, and then release this down. Again, take this into that monkey. Hands are to the shins or thighs, but remember, not the knees, not the knee joints. And then release that. One more time, inhale it into that monkey, flatten that back. Very nice, release. And this time in our forward fold, go ahead and take your right hand either to your right shin or to your right thigh, and we're going to twist up with our left arm. Lots of twisting and hips today, guys. Didn't tell you that at the beginning. Breathing it deeply here, and hamstrings. And then gently let's release this down. Relax that head and neck. Good, let's take our left hand either to shin or thigh. Right arm twists up. And bring this back to center. Relax, standing forward fold. Inhale, sweep our arms up towards the sky. Exhale, release our arms to our sides. Good, you can bring your legs together and you can shake that out a little bit. So we did pigeon on the chair, and we're going to do standing pigeon now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in our mountain pose and take ourselves a little bit seated, so a slight little seat here. And if you need to use the support of the chair, feel free to do that. If you need to use the support of the chair to get into the pose, and then you can move your arm away if you'd like. But we're going to go ahead, press through our left foot, and we're going to lift our right leg and take our right ankle, place it onto that left thigh. And we've got our standing pigeon, and again, you can use the support of the chair. You're still getting that really good stretch. Sitting into this, balancing into this, breathing deeply here. Slowly and with control, standing yourself up, and then release our leg and take this down. We're going to take it to the other side, but let's do a standing forward fold in the middle of it here. So reaching that up, diving it down and over. And rolling this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll our shoulders down and back, and let's take it to the other side. So slightly got that little bend here in that seated pose. Press through our right foot this time, and then let's go ahead and lift our left leg, left ankle, place it onto that right thigh. And we're really trying to find center here. Even if you've got that hand on the chair, you might be able to find center easier there. Sitting that up and breathing it deeply here. With control and strength, use your core, stand yourself up, and then bringing ourselves down. So we're going to do pigeon one more time each side. So now you've got the neural pathways going, so you can see if you want to balance more. Let's reach it up, dive it down and over for a standing forward fold before we get into that next pigeon. Good, sweep our arms up towards the sky. And then right here, let's go ahead and round it into a chair. From our chair, let's take our right leg and take that right ankle onto that left thigh. So back into that standing pigeon, maybe seeing if you can balance. If you can't, that's perfectly fine, because this is a difficult one, especially if you have tight hips. Very good. Breathing deeply. Staying in that seated chair, release our leg into that seated chair if you can. Sweep our arms up and dive it down and over. Standing forward fold, rest that right there. And sweep our arms up. Take our arms around into that nice chair once again, so we're a little bit lower. Let's go ahead and take it to the other side. So taking our left ankle to that right thigh. And hands again can be wherever you want. They can be to heart, or they can be up on the chair. And if you're finding that one side is different than the other, that's very normal. If you can balance on the other side, try and do as much as you can to balance on this side then. And breathing it deeply. Good, staying in that seated pose. Let's go ahead, release that leg back into seated. I know those quads are burning. Sweep our arms up and dive it down and over. Standing forward fold, rest it here. Relax that head and neck. And roll this up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to do a modified downward facing dog. So if you ever have issues with your wrists, or you just can't do a down dog, this is your modified downward facing dog, because you're getting kind of the same thing. Hands can be right on the chair, and we're going to flatten through that back and relax that head down. You can even walk your legs out back if you want. But this is your modified downward facing dog. If you ever need this, or if you're stressed out, just grab a chair and do this. Good. Bringing that up, and go ahead and roll that out. All right, so we're going to practice half moon. We do modified half moon a lot on the ground. What we're going to do is we're going to use the chair. You can use the top of the chair, or you can use the bottom of the chair, or you don't have to, you can use a block. So let's go ahead and take ourselves nice and wide, leg nice and wide, and take our left foot to the left side of the room. So now we've got our heel lined up with our arch. We're going to go ahead, actually, bring your foot back to center. From here, you can grab that chair, and you might need more space, and we're going to lift our side leg, and like I need more space, I'm going to have to move this, and take this lower, and we're going to go right into that half moon pose. So reaching that up, or hand is on block, or if you can, hand on floor. But lifting this balance up, flexing through our foot, actually through both feet, holding this and breathing this. Good. And then gently, let's go ahead and bring this down and release that. From here, let's turn, same leg, warrior 3, lifting that up. And your arms can be out or they can be on the chair. I know you just worked this leg, so it might be a little tired, but warrior 3, holding that, flexing through that. And then releasing this up. Good. Standing into mountain, reach our arms up, dive it down and over, relax that head and neck. And roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll our shoulders down and back, and release. Let's do this one more time on this side, and then we'll do it twice on the other side. I know those legs are tired, but you guys are working legs today. So go ahead, find yourself nice and wide and tilting yourself over. You can use that chair or block, and bringing ourselves right here. So we're just going right into that pose. We're not using a flow or anything. We're practicing just balance poses today. Flexing through that foot, holding that up, using all of those joints, those tendons, strengthening through that. And then gently release this down. Good. Roll our shoulders. Let's take it to warrior 3. So last time on this side with that warrior 3, lengthening through that leg. Last time you have to use this leg. Well, for this. And arms can be out in front if you've got your warrior 3 down already, or they can be on that chair. Really flexing through that. Hips are squared forward. Breathing deep. And then go ahead and bring this up. Good. Walk this out a little bit. Actually, let's go ahead and turn it. Do our modified downward facing dog and pedal your feet in this downward facing dog right here. Release some of that tension in those hips. Good. And slowly roll this up. So let's take it to the other side. With the chair. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Takes me a minute, guys. All right. We're going to go into our half moon pose. So either holding the top of the chair, bottom of the chair, or block, whatever is working for you. Bring ourselves up into that half moon. Lift ourselves up and flex through that foot. And that's a good thing about using a prop or using balance, because then you can do the same, you can work towards doing the same thing on each side. Because again, if one side is stronger than the other, that weaker side might not be able to be doing the same thing, but with the help of the chair or the block, you can do that. And then gently, let's release that. Good. Sweep our arms up. Let's dive it down and over. Forward fold on this side. And roll this up. Let's turn it right into warrior 3. So warrior 3 on this side, flexing through that foot, lengthening through the leg. Again, feel free to use the chair or use your arms out in front. Squaring our hips forward. Breathing into this. And then release this. Good. Back into mountain. Sweep our arms up. Dive it down and over. Relax head and neck. Roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll shoulders down and back. Let's do half moon once again. So find your half moon, find your half moon. Again, wherever it works best for you on the chair. Trying to do the same thing on this side that you did on the other side. Again, lengthening through that and breathing through that. If you're finding that your glutes, booty is going backwards, think about opening up the pelvis even more so that you can press your pelvis forward, squeezing your glutes forward. I don't know about you, but my weaker side, I can feel it, that it is my weaker side. Good, let's go ahead and release this down. Reach our arms up, forward fold, take this down and over. And roll this up one vertebrae at a time, roll shoulders down and back. And let's do our warrior three. So taking this forward, lengthening through that leg, and again, balancing however you want with the chair or arms out. Squaring through those hips, breathing it. And then go ahead and release that. Let's take it into that modified downward facing dog and go ahead and pedal your feet. Good, and release. Bring ourselves back to mountain. Lift our toes, plant them into the floor. Sweep our arms up, let's dive it down and over. Take this down and over. And roll this up. We're gonna do one more balance pose, and then we can get to the ground. We're gonna do dancer pose. So you can use your chair here, and we're gonna go ahead, press through our right foot, and lift our left leg up. So you can bend at that left leg, reaching around for that foot or that thigh. So it would be like a quadricep stretch. So reaching around for that. And if you would like, beginning to hinge forward and stretching through that quadricep. You're getting a wonderful stretch in that arm, that left arm. Chest is opening, stretching through that quadricep on that left leg. Breathing deeply here. And then slowly hinging, not letting go of that foot yet or ankle yet. And then release this down. Good. Go ahead and pedal that out. Let's take it to the other side. So pressing through our left foot now, bend at our right knee, foot is flexed, reaching back for the ankle or the toe, whatever works for you, and you can keep it here at the quad stretch, or begin to lengthen through that leg, hinging forward at the hip. Good. Breathing deeply into this, stretching through the shoulder, through the bicep, tricep, and through that quadricep. You can feel it in the abs. Breathing deeply. And then gently release. Let's do that one more time each side. And this time, if you want to experiment, you can try it without the support or the chair. So press through our right foot. Let's go ahead, bend at that left knee. Reaching behind, either for the toes or the ankles, and hinging forward, either using your chair, or you can reach that other arm out. So breathing into this. And again, remember, you're in your own home. I won't watch. You guys can experiment however you want. And then slowly, gently hinge this up and release. Shake that out. Let's do that the other side. Press through left foot, bend at our left knee, flex through that foot, reach behind for ankle or toe, and you can hinge this forward, either against holding that chair or lengthening through the arm, but again, try and do the same thing on both sides. So whatever you did on that other side, try and do it on this side. Working on balancing, not just balance one leg, but balance with the whole body. And then gently, let's go ahead and hinge this up and release. Pedal that out. Good. Sweep our arms up, dive it down and over, standing forward fold, our last forward fold for the day. And rolling this up one vertebrae at a time, roll our shoulders down and back. move your chair to wherever you need it. You might not need to move it, but we're going to do, when we do our relaxation, we're going to do legs on the chair. So have your chair to where you can still use it. And we're going to go ahead, actually I lied, let's do one more standing forward fold. So reach it up, dive it down and over. Taking our feet back just a little bit, drop to our knees. Let's go to hands and knees, and we'll do a little cat and cow, and then we'll roll onto our backs. So go ahead and drop our belly to the floor, take our eyes to the sky, and just go ahead and shift from side to side right here. That feels really good. And then let's go ahead and round our spine, take our chin to chest, and again, shift from side to side. And bring this back to center. Good. Go ahead and roll over onto your back. Let's scooch forward towards that chair as much as you can, and then legs are going to come up onto that chair. Kind of getting those glutes right there. Make sure that I'm underneath. If you would like, you can go ahead and take a block and place that right underneath your hips, or right underneath like your sacrum, which is where your belt would be. Pressing through our hands, let's go ahead and lift both of our legs. You don't have to do it with the block. You can have your pelvis down and lifting both of those legs. I like to do it with the block because I get a little bit more support for my hamstrings. Pressing up through that, flexing up through that, breathing it deeply. So we're kind of doing a modified shoulder stand right here. And then go ahead and release one leg, release the other. And you can release that block if you had it underneath you. Bending at our knees, pull that into your chest and go ahead and drop your knees over to one side. Little spinal twist here. Bring that back to center. Other side, spinal twist here. Back to center. We're going to do modified shoulder stand one more time, so feel free to use the block or not. Legs are up on that chair. You can lift that pelvis, press that block right there. Lifting up through both of those legs, flexing through those feet, pressing through our hands. If you want, you can begin to bring your legs back a little bit towards kind of like a modified plow, or you can have your knees bent, but breathing into this. And then slowly bring this back to center. Release one leg, release the other. If you've got the block, go ahead and release that out from underneath you. Dropping that pelvis down. Bring the knees in, drop them both over to one side once again. And in this spinal twist, you can allow your pelvis on the other side, your hip, to go ahead and roll over. It doesn't have to stay close to the ground. You can just do a full side twist here. Bring this back to center, taking it to the other side. Bring this back to center. Scooch yourself back a little bit so that you can put your feet on the floor. Let's press through our feet, press through our elbows, triceps. We'll lift ourselves up into a bridge. So lifting this up right here, taking our chin to the chest. Let's hold our bridge. That feels really good after doing that. Shoulder stand. So keeping this here, strong legs, breathing it deeply. Slowly lower pelvis to the floor, imprint that spine, round it into the floor, and then go ahead and lift this back up. Breathing it deep again. And slowly lowering this down to the floor. One more time, let's lift this up. We'll hold here for 6 full breaths. So inhaling it deeply and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale it deep. And exhale. 2 more times, inhale it. And exhale. And 1 more time, inhale. As we exhale, it slowly lower down to the floor, release. Good, let's reach behind both of our knees, pull that into the chest, rock it a little bit from side to side, and then release. We're gonna move into final relaxation. So for your final relaxation, feel free to have your legs up on chair, or you can lengthen through your entire body. I'm gonna do legs on chair today. So finding your space, whatever feels good for you for this final relaxation. Lengthening through your body or lengthening through that upper body if you've got your legs up on chair. Thinking about your arms, making them nice and wide. You've got a really wide wingspan here, so really open those arms, open that chest. Breathing deeply into that chest, into that belly. Relax your face, relax your eyes, relax your chin and jaw. Relax your neck. Release those arms if you were holding them out tight. Relax that. Relax your fingers, your chest. Let your belly be soft. Belly button falls back towards your spine. Relax those legs, whether they're up or if they're long. Relax. Let your face become heavy. And breathe deeply. Nice and slowly begin to bring your body back to the present. Begin to bring your mind back to the present. Maybe waking things up. If you've got your legs on the chair, go ahead and slowly begin to take those away or off. You can reach behind those knees. And if you've got your legs out straight, go ahead and bring your knees in as well. Let's drop both of our knees over to one side. Take yourself on your side and then gently press yourself up, and we'll go into a comfortable seated form. So whatever that looks like for you. You can even be back on your chair if that feels better. But sitting that up nice and tall, crown of the head lifting towards the sky. Relax those shoulders away from those ears. Let's sweep our arms up and bring our palms together. Dropping our hands down, our chin to chest, and lifting our head center, taking fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth and thoughts of love, thoughts that are kind and thoughts that are pure, thoughts that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. Taking fingers to the lips. As we leave today and speak with others, let us speak words of love and words of truth, words that encourage and uplift and do not discourage or tear down. Take hands to heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And cleansing exhale. And namaste. Thank you guys.